Hawk fans, college basketball season is upon us here at Take 5, and frankly, we couldn't be happier at this point. And we know that having met some of you, you're probably pretty happy as well. Our newest guest on Take 5 is the newest Hawk, St. Joseph's men's basketball walk-on forward Eric Kindler, joining us this afternoon. Eric, hello, welcome.
How you
welcome
doing,
to Take 5.
Thank you, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Transfer from Canisius to St. Joseph's. Biggest difference that you've seen during your time at each of the two schools?
I think there's a main difference between the schools academically for me and athletically. Academically, the schools are similar, both Jesuit schools. This is a lot closer to home for me, though. I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. This is an hour and a half compared to 5.5. This year and last year, I became more focused on what I wanted to do with my life. I studied theology. I was a little confused about that while I was at Canisius. You're a freshman, still trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot more focus and just a narrowed understanding of where I want to go with my studies. Athletically, my team at Canisius was very talented. We were experienced just like this team, but our lack and inability to make winning plays at the end of games and just to be fundamental throughout games really hindered us. We wound up being 15-15, and I was just speaking with Coach about this, and what I've been so impressed with almost every single guy across the board, from the starters on down the line, is that not only are the guys here at St. Joe's wildly talented and pretty exceptional in a lot of their talents, like Ron Roberts, C.J. Aiken, Halil Kanasiewicz is one of the most skilled big men I've ever seen in my life. They also are very fundamental. Langston Galloway is a very good example of that, Chris Wilson. They know how to make plays, timely plays. So they couple that athleticism they have with their timeliness, with their tangibles and intangibles, and it's a wonderful combination, and I think Hawk fans should be excited about that this year.
Oh, I can tell you in talking to some of them, they are. That's a very well-detailed answer. I thought you were going to say the weather. You know what I mean?
Hey, man.
It snows all the time in Buffalo.
That's true. The weather, not having the snow all the time, especially going into April, that's better too. So,
when did you first start playing basketball, and what made you choose hoops, the basketball court, over, say, the gridiron or a baseball field?
I would say I didn't really start playing basketball seriously maybe till my 7th or 8th grade year in grade school. Relatively, that was pretty late compared to some of my friends, playing AAU growing up. My parents kind of held me back from travel basketball for a while, which I think was a good idea. I played baseball, I played football. I played soccer instead of basketball even when I was younger. I was playing indoor soccer instead of basketball. But
what position?
In soccer?
Yeah.
Forward. But if there was going to be a different sport...
Well, at least you went from forward to forward. That's good,
exactly,
right?
Man, exactly. If there was going to be a different sport I was going to play, it would have had to have been football. I really did enjoy playing football my senior year of high school. Thought about playing in college. It runs really deep in my family. My uncles and my father, a lot of people in my family actually have coached, and 2 of my brothers have played football at a very high level in college. And so I thought of that. It came naturally to me, really probably a lot more natural than basketball ever did. I think what I learned about basketball, though, is that this was something that I always just was inclined to do. Just going to a gym, wanting to better myself, wanting to just always shoot. I always enjoyed just shooting out on my driveway. That was home to me. And finding a place like St. Joe's, it brought home away from home, the cliche. So that's what it found. I think at Canisius I was reaching for that, just never achieved it. Just extenuating circumstances just didn't work out. But so I walked away from it, was given a chance, and so like I said, I was given a new home, away from my driveway or away from my relatives that I used to play with at a place like this at Hawk Hill.
You get to experience basically your first taste of what game atmosphere is like here on Hawk Hill, the exhibition game against Wheeling Jesuit. You come into the game, everybody's cheering, you get a rousing ovation, if you will, from the student section. Eric Kindler, back. If you have one of those names that makes it easy to chant.
Sure.
What was that like? I mean, what does that tell you about what you have here at St. Joseph's? How did it make you feel?
For one, besides the reception they gave me personally, the whole reception they gave from the beginning of the game to the end of it. I mean, the leaders of the student section were here at before 5:30, and I was like, hey man, I got to be here at 5:30. These guys are here before me. For an exhibition game, looking up into the stands and seeing how many students came out was truly, truly exceptional. I was actually stunned by it and so excited to see that my peers are that willing to go out of their way to support a game that we play. I think that's incredible. And then, going into the game, just being there, standing in the huddle, it hit me one time. I was like, man, this is surreal. I think last year I went to the Scranton game. I only went to 3 games last year. Basketball, I didn't do much of anything last year, so I went and played, and yesterday, and it was weird at times. It felt like it was just, I don't know, very surreal is a good word. So when they, say my name, it brings back memories from high school, but it also, it just really ushered again, helped usher in this new phase of my life that I'm being able to experience. And the welcoming and the graciousness that the manner that I've been accepted into this program has been something I will always remember. And that game last night it'll just be another wonderful highlight to look back on and smile.
Good first memory.
Oh, you bet. You bet.
Step away from basketball for a second. We're going to throw you a little hypothetical here. You have a week away from hoops, away from the basketball court. You can go anywhere. You can do anything. Where are you going, and what are you doing?
I heard the southern shores of Italy, beautiful around in summer. I have some good friends that are from that spot. I'd like to go there, theology majors, so I'd like to hit up the Vatican, see the roots of the church, and then going down south on the Mediterranean. I don't think there's many things better than that.
Can't argue with
on
that.
A hot summer day in the warm sun of the Italian peninsula or whatever.
The food's pretty good too.
Food's hard, I heard too. So yeah,
you'll get no argument from me. My last name ends in a vowel, in case you weren't aware. So
yeah, man.
Last question: Buffalo to Philadelphia. Obviously the chicken wing, very popular in Buffalo. Here in Philadelphia, we have Wing Bowl that happens once a year.
Yeah.
We're also pretty famous for the cheesesteak as well. But how many wings do you think you could eat in one sitting? Have you ever actually tried, or?
All right, funny thing, I never ate wings until I went to Buffalo.
You never ate wings?
Never had a wing in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't eat ketchup, don't eat any sauces on my food. I was really, my mom's going to probably laugh when she watches this because she's thinking back of all the peas and corn and regular pieces of chicken I've eaten in my life. Very plain eater, so I kind of...
Very healthy eater, it sounds like, too.
Yeah, right. Chicken fingers, right? Fried chicken fingers. But when I got to Buffalo, I mean, that Main Street in Buffalo is where the chicken wing was made. So, needless to say.
What's the big place? Duff's is
big.
Good, right?
Anchor Bar is
Okay.
the place that they were supposedly made. So, I mean, I just, when in Rome, I went with it. I think I could probably eat like 50 wings if I really wanted to.
50 wings?
Yeah,
well,
man. I like,
That's about 25 more than I could eat
hey,
in one
man,
sitting.
like, if I really, really wanted to, give me some good, I don't know, mild wings. I'm kind of a baby with the hotter sauce. Don't really get too adventurous with the other ones.
I stick to mild as well.
Yeah, just give me mild. I won't eat the whole day. Get into the restaurant. I'll eat 50, man. Why not?
Well, Eric Kindler, you have survived Take 5. Appreciate the time.
Good.
And,
hey, thanks, man.
We'll see you throughout the season.
All right, sounds good.
That's Eric Kindler, one of the newest members of St. Joseph's Hawks men's basketball, part of a proud basketball tradition at Trinity High School, now part of another very proud basketball tradition here at St. Joseph's University. Hawk fans, come out for the Coaches vs. Cancer Classic opener on Monday, November 12th, 7 o'clock start against Yale, and of course, Hawk women's basketball opening up the day before against the Princeton Tigers. So we're looking forward to both of those. Hope you are too. We hope to see you out at Hagan Arena, and we hope to see you here next week for another edition of Take 5 on St. Joseph's All Access. Thanks.